Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Planet Coaster. Today we begin work on the medieval area of the park. If you're excited for that in the future of this park, leave a like, leave a comment, leave something, letting me know. I also need an idea for the name of this park. Let's try and do something a little more creative than just like medieval land or something. Let's get those brain juices flowing and try and come up with something fun. Definitely if you have a good idea, leave it in the comments below. So the first thing I'm working on is like a little gatehouse. The whole area for this one is going to be walled in. That feels very medieval to me. So we're going to wall the whole thing in, and we're going to make a nice gatehouse here. So again, this is not going to be realistic, guys. People keep commenting saying, oh, this isn't very realistic. I'm like, I know, I don't want it to be. This one especially, I'm going to be using a lot of the fairy tale elements and stuff, so I'm not really referencing anything. I'm just building it in my mind how I want this to look. The feeling and like motifs I'm putting in here are supposed to be medieval in my mind, but again, not realistic. I don't really care about it being realistic. I just want to have fun and build what I want to build. But anyway, we got our little wall up there. We have these awesome animatronic knights now. And I didn't notice the ones that just stand there. Over time, they like slump over and fall asleep, and then they wake up and jump to attention. It's pretty funny to see. Maybe we'll see that happen at some point when the game is not paused. But these vine pieces are really cool too. These sort of creepy, well, not really creepy. They're called like creepers, climbers, something like that, but they're just basically like vines, and I think they look fantastic. Really good addition to the game. I like it. And someone did have a good comment. They said I should have like smoke or steam or something come shooting out of the time portal, so you kind of pass through into the next area as the people walk through it, which I think is pretty cool. We'll probably try that out in the next episode. I didn't have time to do it while recording. Well, I didn't read it until after I had already recorded this. Man, this game is going to be the death of me. I have been working my butt off trying to get this stuff done. I've never done a video every day for Planet Coaster, and this is the 6th one in a row. And oh man, it is really taking its toll on me. All these videos are probably taking 5 to 7 hours each to make, and that's just playing and editing. It's taking its toll. I'm still trying to keep up with one video a day, at least for a little bit longer. I'll probably go down to like every other day for a little bit. Maybe in the next park or something, but I'm still having a ton of fun with Alpha 3, and I hope you guys are too, and I hope you guys are appreciating all the hard work I put into it. Now we're working on the main street area of our medieval section, so it's going to be a very long street, a lot of buildings really close together. Like, I'm basically building that as one building, but they're supposed to look like separate ones, so you get the kind of the idea of this later. Playing around with all different colors. We are using the limestone stucco, I think it is. I can't read it. The previous kind of small window, but I really like the look of limestone stucco and then the different variation of the colors. So I'm going to be doing this is similar to what I was doing in my previous park, which was Kings Lake, because I mean that was a medieval Renaissance theme park as well. But this one I'm definitely going a little bit more colorful now that we have the colors, a little bit more fanciful rather than more realistic, and just kind of building however I feel. And this is one of my favorite techniques. You guys know that I'm using the cross beam, so you make a little X. Just take a little bit to line up because it's not a perfect angle. For some reason, it was being really annoying when I was trying to place these. Like, it wouldn't just slap them on the wall. I had to like hold the mouse like 20 feet above where I was trying to put it, and then like hold shift to lower it down. So if you see me kind of fiddling around with it, that was the reason why. But you can see that's one building done there, and so we're going to build another one kind of right here, just a real tall and short, or tall and narrow. Too wide building. I can't talk today. What is going on? I don't know. But that's the idea. I'm going to just build all these buildings as a whole. And then after we build them, we're going to start turning some of them into shops and stuff. And I don't detail a lot on the inside. And there's a reason for that, guys. Even at the stage we're at in the park, where this is the 3rd section out of 5, the game performance is already starting to dip, not super noticeably. Like, it still feels like it's at 60 FPS, but there are some places when when I resume the simulation that starts dipping. So I'm not gonna build things that aren't 100% necessary. Like, it would be nice to fully detail the interiors, but you guys know me, I'm more interested in the big picture, the exterior. So in order for the game to keep running well, I'm gonna not be detailing some things. Like, I put a little path inside these buildings that lead to the shops, but don't go super well detailed in there because I don't really plan on going in there because there's no point. But you'll see what I mean. I'm more interested in the exterior, and I think it's better off to save my time and energy and efforts to do these parts because I think these are the really fun parts to do, if you know what I mean. I don't know what I meant by that. Like, that is what I mean. Anyway, now we finished up the second little building there. These little roof pieces are pretty cool. I like them. They're really, they go well with the time period. This roof I had a little bit of trouble with. I was just trying out some different things with some of these pieces. it's weird. So you have these really strange, like, wavy pieces like that, but there's no blocks that fill in the gaps. So it's kind of annoying. I could probably just get some like wood planks and just fill it in manually, but it's a little weird how they give you some roof pieces and not the ability to build a complete roof, which is some of the problem we were having over in the Greek area. We had those tiled roofs that were slanted, and people saying, "Oh, you can just rotate the tile pieces." No, building pieces don't work like that. You don't have the full 360 degrees of movement with building pieces. You can only rotate them around one axis. With scenery pieces, you can rotate them around all 3 axes. So it's good. I decided to just go with a flat roof there, which we end up redoing later, which is something that comes out being probably one of my favorite parts of this park. Our favorite parts of the section. There we go. So I had a sudden inspiration idea. Me and my girlfriend were watching a lot of HGTV shows like Fixer Upper or like home renovation shows and stuff, just because they're fun. We find them entertaining. We're kind of hooked on them right now. So I've got a lot of cool ideas, and one thing I thought of here was a roof terrace garden, which I thought would look really cool. So we go ahead and tried that. We have the little staircase right there. Well, you imagine there's a staircase there, but there's just that exit there, and then we kind of put this wooden railing all the way around top, and then hang some of those vines. And I think it looks super cool. Like, that'd be an awesome place for like a rooftop terrace garden of the random dragon you saw there. I wish there was like restaurants and stuff, like actually go like sit down and have people like have benches. I could try and work a path up there and then put like a shop of some sort, which is something we may try in the future, because it would be cool to see people go up there and walk around, and I just think that'd be really cool looking. We could put some benches up there so they would sit down and enjoy it, but hey, just something really randomly just popped in my head, and a fun little detail like that, I think it came out pretty cool. And you guys know I love these wooden vertical and horizontal beams to kind of make the buildings look a little more realistic, like they have actual supports. But I got tired of the brown, so I was like, okay, you know what, we're gonna paint this one red. And so the main beams on the side, we just made them red. Make them real nice looking. And then just taking my X. Luckily, since this all is technically the same building, I can just copy and paste the X's all over the place. It's super handy. See, I just take them, boop. I love it. I love this building technique. Because previously, if I was building separate buildings, I'd have to rebuild the X every time, and it's kind of annoying trying to get the angle right, but came out pretty cool looking. Then we're just filling in here. And I know it technically doesn't make sense to have the windows there because they would be like interrupted by the X's. Whatever, I think it looks cool. And then just a nice little overhang here. That's something I really like doing, is the overhang. That's one of the cool things you can do with a split path system. Again, the paths right next to each other, but people will actually walk along it realistically because they won't like go over the path borders, which I think is pretty handy. It has its ups and downs. I know some people have been having trouble with the developers' path building systems, but I think it's relatively decent for now. Definitely would like to see them do a little more improvements with large flat paths, like I was talking about the last time when I tried building the plaza and the Greek grotto. Oh yeah, I named it Greek grotto. I didn't come up with that name until after the video recorded, but I titled the Greek grotto. So yeah, we have prehistoric peak, the Greek grotto, and now we need something for here. We've been doing a lot with the what's the word? Alliteration. So prehistoric peak, Greek grotto, same letter. So if you think like medieval meadow or something would be cool, which hey, that might be a good name right there. But it'd be cool. I guess it's kind of lazy if every section of the park is alliterated like that, but oh well. Medieval meadow doesn't sound bad. You know, I might go with that. If you guys have any better ones, let me know. Right there, I was playing around with the thatched roofs. They're pretty cool. Not really what I wanted here. To me, they seem like a little bit more villagey. We get about maybe a third of the way done with the medieval section. The medieval section is going to be pretty big, because I'm having a ton of fun building with it, despite the fact that it's taking very long to get done, just because there's so much detail going on. But there's going to be this town area. There might be a small castle, and then a small village area as well. Kind of more in the countryside medieval village. So, yeah, this place is going to be pretty sizable before we get to the Old West area. Right now I'm working on a blacksmith, which I had a couple little ideas for. So we painted it black right there. And then I found this big bowl, put some rocks in it, try and make it look like coal or something. And then we go and get the fire effects. And I'm like, oh, that's a little big, so let's lower that down. But that's supposed to be just like the coals where it heats the metal and everything. And I couldn't find the sword pieces. I guess I didn't look too hard, but there were like swords, and I wanted to have some laying around. I might go just do that off camera, because I could have sworn they were in a scenery. I was looking for them for a second. I could not seem to find them. And then I was like, oh, well, you'll probably need lamps all the way around here, so we just got some lanterns, putting them all over the place. Wasn't really happy with this building, so I'm okay, what can we do here? I wanted to add a little bit more dimensionality to walls there. Because right now it looks like a face going like, ooh, or something. But we covered that up. That looks a little bit better. And I think the chimneys here are a nice finishing touch. I mean, it's a blacksmith. I wanted the building to be black. I think it's a little too short to be next to the super tall building, but I don't know. It's a nice juxtaposition. Yeah, that word. Okay, so for those who don't know, I have a degree in photography, and I went to art school, and I hate the word juxtaposition so much. People throw it around in art so often, like every 5 seconds. Oh, I like the juxtaposition of that square next to the circle, or I like the juxtaposition of the red next to the blue. That it's not a perfect word that you can use in every situation. I'm sorry, well, I'm going off on a rant here again. I just really don't like that word. So why am I ranting about it? I was the one that said the word. Shut up. Okay. Again, interiors here aren't looking great, but that's okay. I don't really care. It's the little people are just gonna go in there, and I'm just gonna be floating around here. So, despite the fact that the people are the one that are gonna people are the ones that are gonna go in there, I'm the one that cares about what things look like. I guess I don't know. Everything else is going to look beautiful, but the interiors might suffer a little bit. Now we're on to the first ride in the medieval section. I thought the perfect ride for this would be the Teacups. Got introduced in Alpha 3. Really cool looking. Teacup is a classic theme park ride. I don't know if the one in Disneyland was the first one. Probably not. I don't know. It is one of like the quintessential Disney rides is the Teacups, but they're probably not the first one. I don't know. Someone Google it for me. But for this area, I wanted a sort of medieval garden area, so we're doing a lot of hedges, and this ends up looking like a mini golf course for some reason. In my head, it just kind of looks like a miniature golf because we do some little ponds and stuff all around here as well. So I don't know where they came from. I guess hedges are kind of miniature golf, like they tend to have them at like putt-putts and stuff, which I'm terrible at, by the way. Oh man, I have gone miniature golfing with my girlfriend 3 or 4 times, and she's beaten me every time, and it drives me crazy. It's good she's good at something, but she normally doesn't beat me at things other than, you know, being smart. She's a lot smarter than me. Heck, she's going to law school in a month anyway, so she's definitely a lot smarter than me. But she's really good at mini golf, and it drives me crazy. It was so very upsetting. That was like one of our first dates. No, it was like after a month after we were dating, so we went mini golfing. And I graciously let her win. At least that's what I told her. No, I didn't. So I was having a little trouble. Why am I in such a ranting mood today, guys? I'm really not focusing on the content of the game, but you're seeing it. You're seeing what's happening. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just lowering the ground, just trying to get some nice little ponds in there. The path's a little tight. I would have liked to done it a little bigger just so the ponds were a little bit more substantial and the water didn't have to be nearly as deep. I tried a lot to raise the water level, but it just wasn't having it. But it definitely looks a lot better once you actually paint the whole area green. And then we're just doing some trees and flowers all the way around it. You can kind of see the pattern I'm doing, where I'm doing 2 on each side, just kind of snaking along with the path, and I think it looks alright. It doesn't look bad. And for some reason, I just felt like using birch trees in this. Wait, these aren't birch trees. Are they? I think they are birch trees, but I don't know. I've just been kind of randomly picking trees to use for each of the sections to make everything else distinctive. Like the buildings are already distinctive, so I was like, okay, I might as well have the plants distinctive. And for some reason, this wall was being a jerk, and it wouldn't line up properly, so I was like, okay, you know, we're just gonna take some cypress trees, stick them on the edges there. There we go. Looks beautiful. And I will be walling in this whole section, just to, you know, make it feel like a walled city. Maybe have the village part on the outside or the exterior village. And I was like, oh, I forgot to actually try this. I tried putting the path up to the rooftop terrace garden, but it really wasn't having it. And then for some reason, it wouldn't let me put down this drink stand. It's driving me crazy. I wanted to do a drink stand because I was reading some of the people's thoughts, and they were saying, hey, I'm thirsty. I was like, okay, let's put a drink stand. Alright here. And then here I had an idea for putting a Ferris wheel up on a little hill, and it ended up not working. We ended up not doing it. I guess I'm okay with having this one come out. We basically just made it very similar to the teacup orientation. Like, I kind of wanted to do our Ferris wheel inside of a building. Like, one of my favorite buildings I ever did was 2 parks ago in Seatopia, where we did the Ferris wheel inside of the barn in the Old West area, and I just think that looked so cool. But I didn't really want to put this inside of a building. I thought it looked cool. It kind of matches the other side, so it works. We just go with a mini golf theme area as well. The next episode, we're going to continue to work on this, and we're probably going to do the coaster then. I've built a coaster inside of a castle before, and it was a lot of work. You guys saw that in Kings Lake. So I don't know if we're going to build a castle of that size. I may actually I may cheat a little bit. I may go find a coaster on the Steam Workshop that people have up a little bit. Not a coaster, a castle, and use that. If it fits our theme pretty well, that might be a fun little time saver. And I'm just focusing on all these different parks. Like, I don't know if I have it in me to build a whole castle, but we'll definitely see. But that's going to be it for this episode of Planet Coaster, guys. Definitely leave a like if you did enjoy and want to see more Planet Coaster in the future. Let's just finish up here. Looking real nice. There you go. But that's it, guys. I'll see you next time for some more Planet Coaster. Let me know about the medieval park ideas. Bye.